Namaskar. This is the course on Sanatana Dharma for youth, and today we continue the talk on Bhagavad Gita as applicable to youth from Dr. Bhavani, Tripura. We will start with Prarthana. Om Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Over to you, Dr. Bhavani Tripura.
Thank you, Mahodaya. Mahodaya, can I share the screen?
Mahodaya, you can share.
Yes, ma'am.
We are able to see.
Okay. So, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I welcome once again each one of you for this classes of Veda Samskruti Samiti, specially designed and purposed for the youth. So, as my topic goes, yesterday we were speaking about few important concepts of doing service or doing any kind of work without any selfish motive. Whatever we are doing, we should not expect anything in return is the main objective which each one of us need to understand. So moving further, chapter wise, we were trying to bring out few important concepts. So now we move on to the 8th chapter. In 8th chapter, we have the 13th shloka, which says, Tasmad yuddhaya yujyasva yogam sankhyopi yogitam ekam vaksharam machyutam yajna ichchami tad brahma. So, the meaning of the shloka says that we should always be focused and never forget our goals. So most of the times, as we have discussed yesterday, the same thing we can understand that whenever we are doing any kind of work, especially in this technically sound world, we have lots and lots of deviations. And so, even though we set up goals, generally we say when we think big, achieve something, we think many things. We think of doing, becoming a great person, achieving something professionally, being sound, we will earn lot of money. All these things we think, they are only in our thought process. But the thing actually, what we need to be more focusing on is that we should make our mind in such a way that we will not forget these goals. We should not just think, but we should make our thoughts to be our goals in future, so that we will not deviate, and these thoughts will take the form of the goals. And when we focus on our thoughts which we make into goals, then only we can be successful. Another important shloka, which is from the 6th chapter, which says about Atmopyanena Sarvatra Sama. I'm not able to say this. Okay, Sukham va yadi va dukkham saha yogi paramo mataha, which actually means that we should have equal Atma Pyai Apyena Sarvatra, means Atma. Generally, whenever we say about Atma in the younger generations, they have a misconception that Atma means, because of the horror movies and all the other things. Once we say Characharanam Bhutanam, or when we talk about Atma, the mind immediately gets an imagination of a ghost or something like horror kind of thing. But actually, Atma means it is ourself. In the same way, Characharanam Bhutanam means all the immovable and immovable living creatures. So once we consider ourselves to be a part of them and them to be a part of us, that means we will not differentiate, we will not show any kind of difference between us and the other living creature. What do we mean by not showing any difference? That means that whenever we are speaking anything bad, whenever we are scolding, whenever we are criticizing or using harsh words, we should always remember, or we should always think that what would be the position if those same words are said to us? How bad we would feel. In English, we say always think putting your legs in others' shoes. That means what? Not wearing the shoes of other person, but seeing yourself in their position and assuming them to be in your position. In this way, if we start thinking a little bit, and then when we are acting upon, then we will realize that we should not use any bad or harsh words, or we should not hurt any other person. In this context, we have a short story about uh, Jagadguru Sri Adi Shankaracharya. I think this is a very well-known story, but I would make an effort to once again repeat it. Like when Shankaracharya, he was traveling from one city to another. There were many people, and in those days, the caste system was very much prevalent. And if we talk about the caste system also, there could be some reasons, there could be some main reasons. Once again, that system was depending upon the structure of the city which was built. So that system, as we are moving, as the society is keeping on changing, that caste system had to be eradicated. So one day when Adi Shankaracharya, he was moving from one city to other, somewhere near Varanasi, he comes across a Chandala. And this person, he was surrounded by four dogs. And when Shankaracharya was going, in those days, it was like when any learned person belonging from an upper caste is moving, then the people belonging to the lower caste are not supposed to block the way. They are supposed to give way for them. And when they pass away, then they need to move through the same road. So in this process, when this Chandala, who was surrounded by four dogs, was coming in the opposite direction of Adi Shankaracharya, then Shankaracharya said to him, "You are blocking my way. You just give way for me to move." So that Chandala, or the person belonging to the lower caste, he said that, "Why should I move? You are the person who is supposed to move. So I'm not going to go anywhere or move anywhere. You just take the other path," or something like that. There was a small argument. So later on, in the process of the argument, the Chandala asks the question to Shankaracharya, saying that, "What should I move? Should I move my body or should I move my soul?" Then in the process of the argument, that one point strikes the mind of Adi Shankaracharya, and then he realizes that Atma, or the soul, is similar in all the living creatures, not only of the human beings but all the other living creatures. The Atma is always the same. As in Bhagavad Gita, we keep on saying that the body is just as similar to the clothes. As we keep removing the dirty clothes and wearing new clothes, in the same way, the Atma also takes the new form. When the body is dead, Atma remains as it is, but it takes the another form of a living creature. Just as we change our clothes, in the same way, soul is the same, but the body in which the soul is residing keeps on changing. So now Adi Shankaracharya, now he realized that, okay, this is none other than Lord Shiva, and the four dogs which were surrounding Lord Shiva are the four Vedas of Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda, and Atharvana Veda. Now, then he realizes that this is the person who has come to me. Lord Shiva himself has come in front of me, and he has made me realize that I should not show any difference in all the people, whoever is coming to me, or in the society wherever I am residing. I need to visualize each and every person in the same manner. With this parable, I think we generally in our scriptures we have many good things, and when we talk about one concept, automatically the other also gets involved into this. Now we need to understand that whenever we are getting knowledge, whenever we are acquiring knowledge, sometimes very big and important things are said by even small children. Few things don't strike our mind. So in sharing knowledge, in acquiring knowledge also, we should never show any difference that I am more experienced, I am greater person, I have more number of degrees and all, and this is a small tiny fellow, so why should I listen to them? Such kind of ego also we need to put aside, just as Adi Shankaracharya also considered this Chandala to be his guru. Though he is believed to be incarnation of Lord Shiva, but when he was present in front of Shankaracharya, he was a Chandala. So we should not show any difference of higher caste, low caste, big, small, all these things, all the discrimination should be put aside, and we should show equality. The main concept is equality. We need to show equality for all the living creatures. Once again, in the same context of Shankaracharya, there were many disciples, because we are talking about the concept of equality. So there were many disciples in the under the as the teachings of Shankaracharya. So there was one boy by name Totaka, and this boy, he was not interested in sitting and listening to the classes. He was just doing all the menial works, doing service to the guru, washing the clothes, or just like a personal attender to Shankaracharya. He was attending or doing service for him. And so but he was always present with the guru. One day, this Totaka, he had gone to bring some water or something, and he was delayed for the class. So Shankaracharya ji, he did not start the class. And when the other disciples, they were asking, he was saying that I'm waiting for Totaka. So the other disciples who were observing that though this fellow, he is not very sharp or intelligent, and though he is not listening, sitting in the class and listening attentively, our guru, he has got lot of affection for this guy. Why is it so? Why the guru is showing partiality? That is what generally students think. When the guru is having some kind of intuition that this is going to be a good person, automatically that reflects in the words and actions of the guru. But all the other students, they think that the guru is partial towards that particular person. So the same was the case with all the students in the Gurukulam. So they put a question. So uh, all the students together asked, why do you give such a lot of importance? So the Guru did not answer anything. Then uh, he waited for Totaka to come to the place where the teaching was going on, and he said to Totaka that you have come late, so we need to punish you, because that was a desire of all the students who were sitting there. So he said that as a punishment, uh, you have to narrate the summary of whatever I have taught you. So Totaka, he humbly bowed down to his guru Shankaracharya, and then very spontaneously, whatever he was remembering, whatever he uh, bore in his mind, whatever he was able to grasp from the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya, he has spontaneously narrated a hymn, a shloka type, and that is called as Totaka Ashtakam. And this Totakashtakam was narrating all the summary or essence of the philosophical teachings of Adi Shankaracharya. When the students who were sitting over there were listening to the Totakashtakam, they were all really astonished and surprised. And slowly, they understood that because he is having a lot of grasping power, he is well understood and well noted by the Guru, which whose importance was not understood by the other students. Slowly, gradually, he was considered to be one of the four main disciples. Adi Shankaracharya had four main disciples, and Totaka was one among them. So, from this, we need to understand that never underestimate the efficiency of any of our classmates. Whenever we are in a class, sometimes people seem to be very disinterested, but that doesn't mean that they are not understanding. So in generally we have an idiom which says, don't judge a book by its cover. So just by seeing the appearance of a person, just by seeing that this boy is not answering in the class, very dull, very disinterested, we cannot judge the intelligence or efficiency of a person. So to the students, I would just say that when we ourselves are not efficient enough to judge, because only the people who have gained a lot of knowledge only have the capacity to say who is right and who is wrong. So when we are knowing that we don't have such a lot of knowledge, and all of us are belonging to the same class, it is not that the teacher is judging, we are all together in a class. So I am not anything more than the other student who is sitting beside me. So never judge any of your classmates and never insult them. Sometimes, people are very sensitive nowadays. Some small words also they take it to heart, and it really becomes difficult for them to cope up with the class, or cope up with the next coming sessions or the lessons. So always we need to be united, help one another. Instead of insulting or ridiculing, always we must try to help our classmates. One of the important chapters of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the 16th chapter, which is named as Devasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. This is considered to be very important because in this chapter, Lord Krishna clearly gives the qualities of divine qualities and demonic qualities. What are the qualities which are considered to be divine, and what are the qualities which are considered to be demonic? Means what? In once again, when we reflect upon the teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that uh, in the advice, complete 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna just advises Arjuna, saying that this is what is the complete essence of life, birth, death. This is Karma Yoga, this is Bhakti Yoga, this is Jnana Yoga. And in this way, in chapter wise, he describes each and everything in a very clear manner to Arjuna. But in the complete epic of Mahabharatam, or in the complete epic, or in the complete verses of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, never we see that Lord Krishna, he is guiding, he is influencing Arjuna, saying that this is right, so you do this only. He never says. He just gives a description of what is going to happen to a person if he is following this, what is going to happen to a person if he is following demonic principles. So that's to the differentiation he gives, and he leaves up to the discretion of the person who is reading. Now also, when we read the Bhagavad Gita completely, we just find what is what, but what we have to do is to be decided by us only. So in the first shloka of 16th chapter, we have Abhayam Sattva Sanchuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Dhanam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyaya Stapa Arjavam. And like that, 16th chapter 1, 2, and 3, 4. Only 4 shlokas. There are actually 24 shlokas in the 16th chapter, but only 4 shlokas describe about the divine qualities. Okay, so what we need to understand is remaining 20 shlokas are describing about the negative or the demonic qualities. One or two shlokas in between is a conversation between, or the questions asked by Arjuna and the answer given by Lord Krishna. But almost more than 18 shlokas, we have the description of the demonic qualities. That means always negative is more in the world. We have positive or divine qualities very less in number. Though they are less in number, they are very powerful. Always, even in our Puranas or Itihasas, whenever we read the stories of Ramayana, Mahabharatam, and all these epics, when we talk about the Rakshasas, they have got more power, they have got more energy in comparison with the kings or the incarnations of the gods who have taken the form of the human beings. But even then, always we need to understand that there is always victory of good over evil. How much ever powerful the enemy might be, how much ever powerful the negativity might be existing in the society, always only there is victory of good. If our intentions are good, we will always be able to overpower the evil intentions. So God will always help only those people who are having good intentions. So, in the first 4 shlokas, we talk about the good qualities, saying that we should follow non-violence, we should be very truthful, we should not have anger. Anger, it is really one of the greatest ripuhu, we call it as the greatest enemy existing for the human beings. In anger, most of the times we do many wrong things. In this pretext, I would like to narrate a small incident. This is a true incident, but just it flashed my mind. So I would like to give a small example regarding anger. Just a small, beautiful family, the father, mother, and a 5-year-old boy. So just as we have a weekend Sunday, one Sunday the father, he had purchased a new car, and so he was just washing the car and all. So the complete family, I mean the wife and the son, they were also helping the man, and they were just cleansing the car, and he was very fascinated by his new car. The boy, with we have a toolbox in the car. So the boy, he took one of the sharp equipments, and he was doing scratching something near the backside or the door side of the car. Listening to the scratching sound, the father, he got really very irritated. He thought, my beautiful new car, what this idiot boy is doing? He really got very very furious. He got really very angry. What he did is he took one of the equipments from the toolbox, like, and we see in the toolbox you have thick aluminum rods type of things. He took one of them, and he very mercilessly he has thrashed the fingers of the boy. Boy, he was shouting and crying in pain, but the anger which the person was having, he couldn't withstand the anger, and he thrashed him very badly. After some time, when he realized, the mother came out, and they took the boy to the hospital. And the doctors, they said that the fingers have got damaged very badly, and so they need to amputate the fingers. So having no other option, because the fingers were spoiled, and if the hand, everything has to be saved, they need to cut away the fingers. So the fingers were cut, and all the bandage was kept. The boy, the father, when the boy was in, the operation was done, when the father came to see the boy, very innocently, the boy, he was asking the father, when my fingers will grow. So is the innocence of the boy was to that extent that he was just assuming that just like the nails keep growing, the fingers also will grow one day. So he was really the father, when he faced the son, and he was unable to answer the question asked by the son, he went back home and he was now angry with the car just for a materialistic thing which is not having life. I have spoiled the life of my son. He was really dying out of guilt. So he went to the car and he started hitting the car, kicking it with the legs and all. Then he saw the place where the boy has scratched. There with the sharp equipment on the car, he has written, "I love you, dad." See the position of the father. He really, he had ended his life. Now at the end of the day, what we have gained just for few materialistic things, we are spoiling the happiness and the joy existing in and around us. Now we cannot get back the hand or the fingers of the boy. The father who was really feeling guilty, he has ended his life. Now what is the position of the wife and the son? How are they going to survive? Small things will cause lot of pain and agony in the life of a person. So whatever it is, we should always think properly before acting, and never show your anger on any person. We are not gods. I do agree, we do have emotions and we need to face all the situations, but whenever we are venting out our anger also, there should be a limit. This is what I always try to make the participants or the students understand, that we need always to have control over our senses in each and every part of our epics. In the beginning, they in the few shlokas, always we get the concept of jitendriyaha means having control over our senses. If we are not able to control our senses, if we are not able to control our emotions, then it is not going to help us in any way. All the way we are only going to be suffering, and our own mistakes only will come back to us. So never in our life we should do the mistakes which will make us repent. So, once again, when we should not make mistakes means what? We should understand the basic concepts of doing the things in a right manner. When we know what is to be done properly in a right manner, then only we will overcome all these negative aspects, and then only we will be successful in our life. So my request to all the participants who are listening to the class, and I afterwards also in the recording, if they are able to listen, I would just appeal and request that have control over your emotions. Taking very drastic decisions, please don't beat small children. Beat small children, your siblings. Sometimes no, I find people when they are playing the online games and all, they just get more aggravated, and for the stupid games or phones and all, they keep quarreling, fighting, thrashing each other, knowingly, unknowingly. You hit them in the delicate places, and sometimes they beat on the cheek and the neck part and all, they get damaged, they get severe hurt. And these things, no, in the very young and tender age, some damage is caused to the body parts, they will really suffer for the next later stage of life. And at the same time, whoever is beating also, they are not very happy, it is out of, in a fraction of second, out of anger, out of rage, they just do all these things, and it is really very pathetic and irrecoverable mistakes people keep doing. So the solutions are very simple. We need to maintain balance. This kind of balance can be acquired or achieved only when you read the scriptures. So, reading books like Ramayanam, Mahabharatam, all our ancient scriptures only can bring calmness in the mind of the students, because undoubtedly in ancient period, before teaching the subjects of mathematics, physics and all, first they used to teach moral values. Once the person or the student is perfect with the moral values, how to balance the mind, how to maintain the things and all, when they are able to maintain the things properly, when they are able to maintain the mind properly, when they are able to what we call segregate between what is right, what is wrong, what is the time which we need to allocate for each and every work, such kind of basic concepts when the students are learning, then learning the professional courses, like making themselves good in different sciences and arts is not a great thing. First we need to make the students understand the basic concepts of being disciplined, maintaining balance, stability of mind, which is possible only through yoga. When we talk about all these great people like Arjuna and all, at a very late age, almost about 80 years or so, they were fighting the war like young and energetic people. That means what? They were able to maintain themselves in such a great manner. How they are able to maintain? Because they were following all the minimum basic concepts which we are not following today. Without doing yoga in those days, no one would step out of their house. Minimum of half an hour of pranayama or the minimum exercises are really essential. Just as we eat daily, today we are eating, tomorrow we are not eating, that is not the case. Daily we are eating to get energy. So in the same way, sending proper oxygen to each and every part of our body in a proper manner is only yoga. When once we are able to send uh, proper oxygen and exercising properly in the morning, that is enough for the 24 hours. When that is maintained properly, there is no requirement of medical emergencies. In India, in ancient India, we did not have highest this thing medical facilities, because it was not required. When it is required, when we are not maintaining ourselves properly, then only we require medical help. When we are able to do daily day to day activities by following yoga and pranayama, and we are able to maintain ourselves in a better manner, there is no requirement of medical facilities. In a few of the shlokas of Niti Shloka or Bhartrihari Subhashitani, even in Arthashastra, we have the shlokas which say as how much to eat. They say that complete the till the neck of the person we should not eat. We should eat only half of the stomach, and in that one fourth we need to remaining out of the remaining half, one fourth we need to fill with water, and the remaining one fourth is need left to be left like that. The one fourth part of the stomach space is to be left like that, so that the air passes into the stomach and we have proper digestive this thing. Nowadays, if we they like any food, they gulp like anything. So, my main intention of saying this is, even in our scriptures they have described about how to eat, what to eat, when to eat. So basic eating, bathing, all these things are also described in our ancient scriptures if we follow them properly. Especially even for the what do you call, taking the bath also, they have prescribed the proper procedure. That means directly on the head, we are not supposed to pour water. First, we need to put water on the legs. If we use our common sense and think properly to little more backward age, they used to go to the river water for taking bath. That means whenever they are entering into the water, first our feet get wet. Now in the modern technically sound society, we have all different kinds of showers and all. So all of a sudden they enter and they start open the shower, directly on the head they pour water. That really aggravates and creates lot of imbalance in the blood circulatory system. Once water directly falls on the head, it is creating lot of imbalance. On the other side, slowly the water, even if it is hot water or cold water, slowly from the legs, then it should reach the head part. Now we don't have the facility to go to river daily and have a bath. So even in such circumstances, we need to take proper precautions, that we slowly we uh, follow, at least to the extent whatever we can. When we know few things, this will help us to maintain a balance, proper balance of our health in a right manner. So once again I would talk about this one more small incident. which it is not mentioned in the presentation. But when we talk about the selfless service which we are doing to the people, I remember one more short story. So, somewhere in the interior parts of the North India, there was a very, what do you call, very, not very famous, but very good and perfect doctor who was giving treatment for the people who were coming to him. So one day, what happens is one person from other country, he comes. He had come to visit the wedding of one of his relatives. So on the way, his car got damaged, repaired. Some repair was there, and so unintentionally or unexpectedly, he it was raining or something. So he happens to get into the clinic of this doctor. So when he enters the clinic, he finds a few people, and after the treatment, some of them have given fee to the doctor, and later the remaining people, when they were giving the fee, he was saying he was not accepting. So when it was very late and all the people who had come for the treatment had left, and only the doctor and this stranger were there in the clinic. So out of curiosity, the doctor, he asked this man about the details and all. After a little bit of conversation, the doctor found that this man is really little depressed. So he asks the reason. Then he says that from many years we are trying, but I don't have children. So after asking about the few medical this differences and all, he gives a medicine to that person, and when he is giving the fee to him, he will not accept. So the stranger asks the doctor, "Why are you not accepting?" So he says that daily when I am coming to the clinic, my wife will give a slip. In that, she will write all the requirements for the house and the family. So once I see the checklist, whatever money is required to purchase or bring those things, when once I am done, when I have the confidence that whatever the list is given from the home, I am able to get all those things, I will not accept the money. So the stranger, he was really surprised looking at this new kind of concept. So his car got repaired and all. So he thanks the doctor, and he leaves for the wedding. Wedding is done. He goes back to his country from where he has come, and the medicine which was given by the doctor. They first in the beginning, he thinks that this is a small clinic. Why should I use and all? But the wife, she says that we have tried so many things. Let us try this also. Let us try the medicine. What is wrong in that? So they take the medicine and the treatment given by the doctor, and with the God's grace, they are blessed with a child. After almost 20 to 25 years, uh, he remembers the doctor, and then he also remembers that when before so many years, when I went to their clinic, uh, and they gave me shelter and this medicine, he saw his daughter, the daughter of the doctor. Then he had many questions in his mind. By now, the daughter also might have arrived the age of getting married, and this person he will not accept and all. So what he has done is he has sent a check, okay, of some lakhs of rupees. He has written in the check, and he has sent to the address of the doctor. After when the doctor went to the clinic and receives that uh, uh, parcel, he opens and he sees, and he was really very, very astonished and surprised. Why he was surprised is he then takes the slip which was given by his wife in the morning, and in the slip it is written, our daughter has arrived at the age of marriage. We need to make proper arrangements. So he was really overwhelmed with happiness because whatever is there in the slip is not a one day's task. But with the God's grace, whatever the what we call as righteousness or the dutifulness of the person. So in this context we can really undoubtedly say that dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If we protect dharma, once we are thinking, once we are fixed in our mind that this is what I am going to follow, then automatically dharma itself will protect us. When we have complete faith in God and we are doing only righteous things, we need to have only two things in our mind. One, doing righteous things, dutiful things, legal things, and complete faith in God. When you have these two things, then nothing can come in the way of the success of a person. So, I my advice to the students is never think anything wrong or anything negative. Be very positive. Put all your efforts. When we are putting all our 100% efforts, then success is for sure for each one of us. And so, at the same time, even if we are doing our 100%, that comes to 99% only without the blessings of Almighty. We need to have faith in God. When our 99% is combined with the 1% blessings of God, if 1% blessing of God is there also, then our 99 will become 100. Then only we will acquire or attain and achieve success. So, with this short note, I would end my session. If there are any doubts, I'm ready for that. Mahodaya?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope it is.
That was a very nice session.
Very
If
nicely.
anybody has any questions, please unmute yourself and ask the question.
Okay, good అండి భవాని గారు. చాలా
ధన్యవాదాలు మాhodaya.
సింపుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో విత్ రిలవెంట్ స్టోరీస్ you
Mahodaya.
have explained the concepts, what is the importance of Bhagavad Gita, what is important for the students,
Mahodaya.
taking out some extracts from Bhagavad Gita.
Mahodaya.
So much. We will have more classes from you on this subject
Sure, Mahodaya.
in other courses also.
Sure, Mahodaya.
Anybody else wants to say anything?
It was very nice session, ma'am, with the beautiful examples, quoted so much information for us.
Mahodaya.
Thank you, ma'am.
ధన్యవాదాలు మాhodaya.
Yeah, actually, stories are easy to remember and understand. So, application becomes relevant.
Yes, Mahodaya.
Then,
That's what actually in the beginning of the course only we were discussing, as far as I remember. So I thought that story concept only would be more realistic for the students. And we keep on narrating about the qualities, they feel really bored. So with the few of the live examples, if we say, which are relevant to the present day, it will register in their mind, especially about the story of anger. It was really touching for me. So I always feel that we have seen few more videos also, Mahodaya, where some of the teachers will mercilessly beat the students. It is really very pathetic. So I always suggest that, I mean, today's youngsters only will be taking up next future professions. So whatever profession they might be, without violence, if they are able to motivate the students, that would be good.
Okay, good Mahodaya. Very good lecture. Thank you very much. I'm in a different class. I'm going there. Thank you. Sorry.
धन्यवाद महोदय.
Okay, let us close.
हाँ महोदय.
Saugandhi ji.
Yes, Master. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ धन्यवाद स्वस्ति.
Let's go for Janagana Mana.
जनगण मन will recite.
Yeah.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. जय हिंद.
Jai Hind.